Well, folks, summer's winding down. As Migueltio in North Country Latino, we're live here. We're going to do a beautiful recipe to kind of cap off summer and start looking towards fall. A great grilling recipe to do if you've got a beautiful day like today. I have to start this across a couple of separate days because there's two parts to it. We're making grilled pizzas. And you're not talking about some big old, large pizza from your favorite pizzeria. They're more like personal pizzas, but they turn out awesome. And you can put any kind of topping on them you want, including veggies from the garden. Well, you got to start out with the dough. So you take about anywhere between 10 ounces to about 2 cups of bread flour plus 2 tablespoons. Don't ask me why. Put it into a bowl. And this is a flavored dough. And you add to it some minced garlic, about a clove's worth. I like to take a teaspoon myself, even though it's more than a clove's worth. You got about a teaspoon of oregano. And also a teaspoon of thyme. So you're going to have a nice flavored dough here when it's all said and done, ready to eat. And then you're going to take about a cup of warm water. Put that in. There you can see everything. And mix it around. After you've got it totally mixed together and a nice smooth ball, you're going to cover it for about 20 minutes. In this small bowl on the side, I've got a package of quick rise yeast. It comes to about 2 1/4 teaspoons if you're going to use the yeast from a jar. And you're going to add about a 1/4 cup of warm water to it, about the same temp as the warm water you put in the dough. And you're going to let that just sit until it starts to get kind of bubbly and thick. It'll do it on its own. Probably about the same amount of time as your dough is sitting. Now, after your dough and your yeast have sat for a little while, and the yeast has become kind of thicker and frothy, you're going to combine them together. And what you'll probably need to do is add a little flour to your fingers so that you can knead it together and get it nice and smooth, because it's probably going to be a little too wet. So put some flour on your fingers, get messy, and start working it in. Add some more as needed. They tell you, oh, this much flour, that much flour. You'd use as much flour as it's going to work, really, when it comes down to working with flour, breads, doughs, any of that. Whatever's going to make what you got in your bowl dry, not dry so it's cracking, but firm and smooth. Those are the words, firm and smooth doughs. That's what you need. Once you've achieved that, then you've got what you need. Then you've got the finished product. And this is pretty moist, so I'm just putting a little bit more in as I go along here. It's getting better now, so. You just got to make sure it's not all over your fingers, too. So you want to get it off your fingers. Because if it's stuck to your fingers, it's still a little too moist for what you need. Because if you start kneading it, and it doesn't stay in the bowl, it's too wet. Now it's starting to roll off my fingers, so I think we're good to go. Everybody's experience with one dough or another is different, so I'm not going to say, oh, it was 3/4 of a cup of flour and all that kind of thing. I just put a few handfuls in there until I could get it to this nice, soft, and smooth consistency. Now we're working a good dough here. Don't let all those little crumbs stay at the bottom of the bowl either. Work them in good, so you're not leaving much of anything at all in that bowl. Then you're going to transfer to another bowl. Now, having transferred it to another bowl, this one is pre-treated with non-stick cooking spray. And what you're going to do with that, learn an old trick making pan de muertos. Take it and spin your dough around so it gets coated on all sides. So it becomes a nice glazed ball with the cooking spray. Then you're going to take some cling wrap, just enough to cover this bowl. I kind of measure it here. And treat one side with the cooking spray. Put it on the other so it can cover the dough. And now you're going to leave it for 24 hours covered in the treated with cooking spray plastic wrap cover, just like that. And we'll be back tomorrow to finish it. What do you think of that? And I should mention, once you've got that thoroughly wrapped treated with the non-stick cooking spray, you're going to get that into the refrigerator for 24 hours. Then we'll take it out tomorrow and deal with it some more. Okay, so now it's the next day. You're going to take your dough out, roll it around on any kind of prepared surface you've got with some flour. One of these pastry mats would be cool. And get it nice and smooth again. Pat it down, and then you're going to divide it into about 5 pieces so you can make 5 different grilled pizzas. So you roll them out with a rolling pin, you cut them up, and now you're ready to get the ingredients and grill. Now it's time to grill. You put your doughs on for about 3 minutes each side, and the cast of characters come after that, like some chicken, some ham, mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese. And I like to use tomato soup. My kids like it that way, instead of your typical pizza sauce. And then from our garden in the back, some fresh green pepper and some fresh tomato. Here's our beautiful garden, by the way. Good harvest year this year. Then after 3 minutes each side, you put the ingredients on and you're ready to grill. And give it about 4 or 5 minutes so that the cheese can melt and it can get warmed through really good. Que rico. And after about 7 to 10 minutes on the grill, look at these. Aren't they fabulous? Who says that summer has to end and not still be fun? I know, going back to school and everything, but hey, there's a lot of awesome things you can still do with food, even though it's not going to be the heat of the day anymore. This is Migueltio, the North Country Latino, saying, hey, it wasn't takeout, it wasn't DiGiorno either. It was better. And I hope you all have a great day. Besides, it'll be fun. Coming soon, Independencia! And of course, after that, De Muertos. And we'll see what we make this year. You never know. Adios, amigos.